the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Brady now on first down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
At his own 8-yard line.
Let's go! Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the screen.
On third and long, it's Brady. Flushed out right. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
Brings up 2nd and
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. First carry now for Gus Edwards. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of
a quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third.
Check. Ozzie.
From the gun, it's Brady. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 26. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
6-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
28-yard line.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. A shotgun snap for Hill. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
Brings up 3rd down.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now it's Hill, eluding the pressure right. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th.
It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, on comes the Buccaneer kicker, Matt Gay. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good Hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
A gain of 11.
And there's a catch by Todd Gurley, and that has to remind us that's exactly what we've seen in him throughout his career when he's at his best. He can run it. He can catch it. He led the league in total yards from scrimmage in 2017 with nearly 3,000. Todd Gurley, when he's on point, is quite a weapon for the Atlanta Falcons. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Rolling to his right. Throw complete there. Rodgers. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 27 yards there, a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's DeMario Davis navigating his way into the backfield for a tackle for loss. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Brady. He'll get this to Edwards out of the backfield. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. On the handoff, Edwards. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Dante Fowler, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Is a turnover on downs.
Why we saw that field goal try a moment ago, I'll never understand. But as a result, this offense, they've got to be pumped. 1st and 10 in striking position already. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game. And he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Another try on 2nd down with Gurley. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Antoine Winfield Jr. picks it. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, the 20. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Buccaneers 7, Falcons nothing. Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run. It's Gurley. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Going for the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Schaub. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 yards there, 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 7.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
The 2nd down.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away. Throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
65.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Brady not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it here on 4th.
Hey, check Mike 57. Hey, Alabama.
They do go for it. It's Brady. He'll fire it deep. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jalen Reagor, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
Matt Gay on for the point after.
That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off here the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Hill now after the interception. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
This ball complete to Reagor. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Jalen Reagor.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, Are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. On 2nd and 12, Schaub. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And this one will be brought back to the 22. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Watch 36 tonight. Oh, baby, come on, let's go.
Again, it's Edwards. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Gus Edwards, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it's now 21-0. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no return for Erickson. Out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Gurley's got the first down and then some. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Gurley again here on first down. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sit through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Falcons get a bit closer. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. I know they're down, but starting the third quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen, steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
They'll run on first down. It's Edwards, and he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
It's 3rd and 11.
And now the third-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Taken down behind the
4th down now after a loss of 2.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Again, they run with Gurley, and he'll get this one up to the 26. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. But he will not get away. He stops short of the marker. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And the Falcons grab it. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20.
Bring in the second string. Bring in the second string.
And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now in Tampa. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Todd Gurley. His 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
Score, Buccaneers 21, Falcons 14. Sterling Hoffrichter to kick off for the Falcons.
Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. To throw is Hill. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
A gain of 1.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he's got Miller.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3-and-out. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jalen Rager with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
On for the point after.
That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Here's Shaw. Escaping the pressure right. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. He's going to air one out. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Chester Rogers that time, but it's going to be 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
This pass into the hands of the running back, Todd Gurley. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Flush to his right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. The throw right sideline here is complete, and he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 32-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now left side on the swing pass. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 16. 16 yards, a 1st down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Stepping up, he'll try and run. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now Brady. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Well, this has been all that we'd hoped for. 2 of the game's all-time great QBs slugging it out in a one-score game here in the second half. 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Edwards. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
And 11 at the 47-yard line.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Falcons take over 1st and 10. at their own.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game. In this sequence here, maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Another carry now for Gurley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Gurley. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
Today's final score.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Bucs, they will indeed finish over 500 at 9-7. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better-than-average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, we'll have to see what happens as they're going to finish the year 10-6. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.